rather than saying, oh, well, it's God's way, he's kind of going, well, fucking, that's not fair. So it was kind of, it was like the opposite of a hymn in a way. So I started off with that as a concept and then followed it through as a song.
There's a song by Andy Partridge that we recorded with XTC called Dear God.
Oh, wow, right, okay.
Which was based upon him going into W.H. Smith's and seeing a book of children writing letters to God.
Right.
And he just thought, like you do, God's getting an easy deal here.
Yeah.
I'd like to write you a letter.
Yeah.
And tell you a few things about what you've messed up for us.
Yeah.
But
and also as well, it's like with these, when people are thanking him for scoring goals and stuff, like he's got fucking nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean? He's like kind of got fucking other stuff on his plate.
Do you feel like lyrically you achieve what you wanted to do? I say that because Andy felt that when he wrote Dear God, in a way he'd taken on a subject that was too big, and he loved the idea, but he felt he never quite pulled it off, and it was a big song for them.
Well, the thing with that song is that the reason why I like it is it's entirely hopeless and there's no sweetener at the end of it. So I kind of I always try and kind of give it a happy ending, just because I've kind of not necessarily a happy ending, but some form of hope. Always try and put something in there that you can kind of latch onto. I don't know. It was a good question.
Too many Walt Disney films.
It's probably like it makes me feel better that I've got like some kind of way out. So. With that it's completely and utterly kind of like it's entirely hopeless.
and when you were saying you have a concept, how long will you allow a concept to gestate?
Oh, a couple of weeks, at least. Just I walk around with the idea in my head and just mutter to myself.
And developing lines within that?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, so I'd have to kind of like think, and also as well, because it's like a big subject like that, you can try and miniaturize it so it doesn't sound too pretentious. So you make it small. So like, for instance, in that one that I spat on a handshake and called it quits, it's kind of like you're doing a deal with God and then he kind of like fucks you over. So I wanted to kind of make it kind of feel like you were not in control of the situation, and kind of like I was interpreting it, trying to interpret it in a way that would be quite everyday, because you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, do you? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. I don't know what's going on in the world really. So you just kind of a couple of weeks would be kind of like mulling over lyrics and turns of phrases and stuff like that.
And you're happy to keep it in the mind. You don't begin to write down.
No, I generally keep it in my head. I generally keep it in my head. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not resisting putting it on your phone or writing in a pad, do you keep a writing pad?
I do keep a writing pad, yeah. More often it tends to be on my phone now, which is not quite as romantic, is it? But it's more often than not it's in my head, and then when I feel like it's getting to fruition, I kind of write it down and commit to it.
So it's like an outpouring, because you know what it's going to, you know what you want to say and what you want to achieve.
Yeah, it's kind of it's all kind of there's something about finalising something too soon, which kind of makes it. It's almost like kind of the concept is nicer as a thing that could have been. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to kind of keep it in that kind of in suspense of kind of not properly committed, and then when I feel like it's ready, I just kind of write it down. But I say all these things. It's like I've got rules for everything. Really, I'm like more often than not kind of bluffing my way through every song that I write.
It's interesting you should say that, because I know that the poet Caroline Duffy, poet laureate, she said that when she wrote down an idea, in a certain way, it made it feel grand. And I told Ray Davies that, and he said, I would take it one stage further, that if you type lyrics, it assumes something greater than it already is, whereas when it's in the mind, I think what perhaps you're saying, it has a kind of a freedom that isn't formalised.
Yeah, that is true. That's kind of it, but he's kind of nailed what I was trying to say. Yeah.
And then when you do come to write the words out, do you then handwrite them? Do you type them?
Yeah, handwriting's better. Yeah, handwriting's better. Also, handwriting's definitely better, because when you change your mind about a word and cross it out, you don't delete it, so it's still there, and often you've got the opportunity to come back to it, so it's still a living, breathing
thing
that's interesting. That can still find its own shape. As soon as you delete something, and also something in type just looks like fucking formal, doesn't it? It's like a bank letter or something. I don't know, something about a handwritten thing. And then I look at it and I either go, that's shit, or I go, no, that looks like there's something in that.
Yeah.